Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we are examining a blast from the past and discussing the FP Journe Octa Automatique 38mm in platinum with brass movement. This is a golden oldie and already a collectible from FP Journe that you can see and purchase on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on that card in the upper right hand corner of the screen. That one in the upper right hand corner to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Octa Automatique. Now, on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this rarity from a different era of FP Journe. Amazing considering he only started manufacturing under his own name in 1999. It strikes an elegant but contemporary profile. The details are eccentric, maybe even postmodern. The case proportions and the size are very traditional. It's 38mm across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown, and it's quite slim, 10mm, but also note the generously domed and sloped bezel that allows a dress cuff to slide up and over this one with consummate ease. From lug to lug, it's fairly compact, 44.5mm from lug to lug. In my estimation, you can wear this watch with style and proportion on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. So while it certainly has the personality to go toe-to-toe with any wrist in the upper ranges, at the lower range of what's viable, nevertheless, this one gives you options in the high horology realm. The watch is hefty. In platinum, you know that you're wearing something special, so even though it's not large, it does have a fair amount of mass. Platinum is very impressive on the wrist in any case size. You'll also note that the strap is remarkably substantial. It has curved spring bars that trace the arc of the case, so it has a very coherent look, very integrated. There's not a whole lot of daylight visible between case and strap end, and that's intentional, and yet it does not constrain the strap, which can pull straight down around a smaller wrist. You'll also note FP Journe's now signature pull-tab spring bars for quickly and easily removing the strap without a tool. You simply pull it with your thumb, the strap comes off, allowing for deeper cleaning between the lugs or changes of strap at home. And underneath, matching small-scale alligator leather. So this is commonly calf, but alligator leather being more expensive and tougher, by using it on the underside of a strap, FP Journe ensures that the strap will have longer wearing durability. And of course, it's all capped by a FP Journe branded high-polished matching platinum pin buckle. Now, the watch is an extraordinary vision of postmodernism, yes, but also specific FP Journe signatures. You'll note the large amount of intentionally negative space, unadorned and almost a little bit austere. And then the biomorphic Journe-style hands. They have an interesting slope to them, such that the only thing they really resemble in the modern era would be Ichabod, and that's a small class of 2 between Journe and the now discontinued Noose and Ichabod references. Moreover, screws on the dial are a feature that FP Journe pioneered, and at first it was controversial, and later it was almost universally adopted in high horology. Many high-end brands have begun to imitate the use of assembly components visible on the dial. FP Journe led the way, and naturally there is a small white gold bezel surrounding the hours and minutes as well as the sub-seconds, that internally featuring a rose-lathe guilloche and stylized Arabic numerals with twin overlapping railroad-style tracks for reading the time. Finally, it concludes with FP Journe's unique knurled double dimple crown. And on the case back, I promised you a blast from the past, and here it is. Quite a bit going on here. So let's start from the outside and work our way in. Now, the watch features hallmarks for both France and Switzerland. The international and I should say Swiss hallmarks are to the right of the PT950 signature, and then the French hallmarks for platinum, it's a double dog's head, are mounted on the left side of the PT950 signature. Why is this? Well, it's because prior to acquiring its property, intellectual and production, and moving the case manufacturer Eleanor to Switzerland, FP Journe had his cases made going back to his pocket watch days by the Parisian case manufacturer Eleanor. Now today, that has been incorporated into FP Journe's vertically integrated manufacture in Geneva, but back when this watch was made between 2002 and 2004, FP Journe still had all of his cases built in France and imported to Switzerland for casing up of dials and movements. Therefore, we have some vintage style Journe signatures on the case, and another vintage style, at least by Journe standards, inboard, which is the brass movement. Now, the Octa caliber 1300 was Journe's first family of automatic movement, debuting in 2001. The model you see here debuted in 2002, and it was discontinued in 2014, but by mid-2004, FP Journe had converted all of his Octa movements over to 18-karat rose gold bridges and plates. The rhodium-plated brass that you see here is highly collectible, discontinued, and scarce. As ever, it's not gold or base materials that define the value of the timepiece, but rarity, and the brass movement is extremely rare. Now, you also note that FP Journe likes to open up his movements. You can easily see the train wheels terminating in the anchor and the escape wheel just underneath the huge balance beating way at 21,600 vibrations per hour. You'll note that it is a contemporary free-sprung architecture, so in addition to a huge balance, which benefits precision, you also have the free-sprung architecture to take and hold a tight regulation and to retain that regulation in the face of shocks and vibration-induced effects that would otherwise cause the timing to deviate. Now, you also note beautiful decoration, circular Côte de Genève across the bridges, a tight and even perlage, and I will show you this, underneath the balance across the base plate, and a rose lathe turned clou de Paris guilloche atop the 22-karat winding mass, and you'll note steel bearings at center, as this was the era before FP Journe embraced or had access to ceramic rotor bearings. Of course, it has a 120-hour power reserve, and it is beautiful to look at because it is so open and airy. It gives you a lot of the same visual access as a manually wound caliber. You can see and you can purchase this discontinued, rare, and highly collectible 38mm brass movement FP Journe Octa Automatique on our website.